Captain America, the First Avenger. I think maybe the last tie-in before the Avengers came out, but don't quote me on that because I'm really not much of a big superhero slash comic book fan. It stars Chris Evans, Hugo Weaving, Tommy Lee Jones, Haley Atwell and Stanley Tucci, and is directed by Joe Johnston. In the 1940s, Private Steve Rogers is a wiry bloke but has no problem standing up to the bully personalities. He's nervous around women but manages to grow close to British drill sergeant, played by Atwell. He's discouraged on account of being skinny by Colonel Chester Phillips, played by Jones.
When you brought a 90-pound asthmatic onto my army base, I let it slide. I thought, what the hell, maybe it'd be useful to you, like a gerbil. Look at that. He's making me cry. Hodge passed every test we gave him. He's big, he's fast, he obeys orders, he's a soldier.
He's a bully.
You don't win wars with niceness, Doctor. You win wars with guts. Grenade! Oh,
Get away! Get back!
The dummy grenade.
Is this a test?
He's still skinny.
Rogers is recruited to take part in a scientific experiment to fully maximize his human potential. In other words, artificially make him buff, fast, and able to bound to abnormal distance. They're up against a crazed super Nazi, played by Weaving, who's bent on world domination and power.
I took the liberty of coming up with some options. This one's fun. She's been fitted with electrical relays that allow you to...
What about this one?
No, that's just a prototype.
What's it made of?
Vibranium. It's stronger than steel and a third the weight. It's completely vibration absorbent.
How come it's not a standard issue?
That's the rarest metal on Earth. What you're holding there, that's all we've got.
You quite finished, Mr. Stark? I'm sure the captain has some unfinished business.
What do you think?
Yes, I think it works.
Like I said, I'm really not a big superhero fan. I find the films repetitive. I was disappointed by Guardians of the Galaxy, but I loved the Nolan Batman films. I think they're amazing. I wasn't exactly let down by this because I didn't have humongous hopes. If anything, I found it more enjoyable than I thought I would, which is really cool. This is an absolute textbook dictionary definition of the comic book film. Not that that's a bad thing. I mean, look at Sin City, for example. Speaking of that, Captain America is also surprisingly violent at times too. I was surprised by how violent it is at a few moments. But it's almost laughably comic booky, so much so to the point where it's almost like a parody of itself. The fact that it's almost entirely set in the 1940s is really cool, and the era is brought to life authentically. I also really liked how they made Rogers all short and skinny in the first 20 or so minutes. How they did that was awesome, how they got in like this body double to move in for Chris Evans. Sometimes it looked really, really good, like it really was Chris Evans as this wiry bloke. Then other times it didn't look as good. Evans got pretty huge for the role. After that 20 or so minutes, he comes in and he's super cut. You know, he's looking like me. No. For flaws, the look of the film had a kind of haziness to it. Like the colour palette wasn't very ardent. Hugo Weaving is very underwhelming as the villain. He's as generic as they come, and he really did not add the kind of screen presence you'd expect after The Matrix and Cloud Atlas. Evans suits the role, and Tommy Lee Jones was my favourite part of the film. He has one particular line near the end that was so funny and had me laughing out loud. It was similar to his line in The Fugitive when Harrison Ford's like, "I didn't kill my wife." And then Tommy Lee Jones just looks up at him and he's like, "I don't care." He is a master at delivering hilariously blunt lines like that. Overall, this is dynamic comic bookness. So if you love comic books, you'll more than likely love this. I'm on board for the next Captain America. I hear it's really good, like even better, and adds political intrigue to the mix. So I'd see where they go with Captain America the Winter Soldier. Captain America, the First Avenger, isn't an awe-inspiring piece of filmmaking, or not in my books anyway, but you can definitely have fun with it. Thanks for watching, guys, and as always, feel free to subscribe to this here channel to hear my thoughts on a nice and wide variety of different films, and comment below, let me know absolutely anything you want. And yeah, that's it for me. I'll see you next time.